In every culture, there is a figure who walks between the realms of the living and the dead. But few are as ancient or as feared as Hecate. Some say she appears as a woman extremely white, almost luminous, accompanied by two black dogs whose eyes reflect more than mortal loyalty. Others claim that before she is seen, you hear her, the hiss of serpents, the rattle of keys, and the warning growl of her hounds. Tonight, we return to the ancient world, to Greece, to Zeus, to the age of old titans, to uncover the forbidden mythology of the goddess who opens every path and every abyss. Long before Olympus rose in glory, Hecate was already there, a Titanic goddess, older than many of the Olympians. In the war between Zeus and the Titans, she aided Zeus, and for that he granted her dominion over 3 realms: the sky, the earth, and the sea. But her true domain was something far darker. The threshold, the liminal space between worlds, a realm she alone could navigate. Many who claim to have seen her describe the same image: a woman extremely white, with long dark hair, followed by 2 spectral dogs. In ancient symbolism, these dogs were said to embody loyalty, one of the virtues Hecate demands from those who walk her path. Where her dogs appear, she is never far, and before she manifests completely, there is always a sound. The serpents begin to move, the keys begin to ring. Serpents coil around her image for a reason. In occult tradition, the serpent is transmutation, shedding the old skin, surviving poison and cure, crossing the boundary between death and renewal. In some depictions, even her hair shifts, like living snakes, echoing the ancient Medusa, but with a deeper meaning. Hecate is the force that transforms what is decaying into something reborn. The serpents hiss, and the air itself seems to change. Hecate's arms often carry the sacred tools. The keys, they open all thresholds, all paths, all portals, all realms. Wherever there is a doorway between what is and what might be, her keys fit. The dagger, not a weapon of blood, but a symbol of air, the element of intellect, clarity, judgment, and cutting illusion. With it, she slices through shadows to reveal truth. And when the dagger is raised, the sound of her keys echoes like metal against bone. Although often called a moon goddess, Hecate is far more. She is the liminal moon, not the soft, romantic glow, but the unseen moon of thresholds, magic, death, and revelation. She stands in the dark moon of endings, the waxing moon of growth, and the full moon's blazing truth. Her lunar nature is not about beauty, but power. To understand Hecate, one must study Greek mythology, especially the ancient tale of Persephone. When Persephone was abducted by Hades and dragged into the underworld, her mother Demeter searched endlessly, but only one goddess knew how to cross the boundaries between realms. Only one could descend into darkness and return unbroken. Hecate, holding her torch, the sacred fire that never dies, she traveled into the shadows, found Persephone, and guided her back toward the world above. That torch in myth represents the divine spark that lights the path during our darkest trials. Where there is no way out, Hecate creates one. Her dogs, symbols of loyalty, walk ahead as guardian. Her torch, symbol of divine guidance, burns through despair. Her serpent's whisper transformation. Her keys unlock truth. Her dagger cuts through illusion, and her nature reflects her virtues. Love, faith, and justice. But justice is not gentle. Her presence is beautiful and terrifying at once, exactly as the ancients described her. A goddess of shadow and revelation, a protector of the outcast, a guide of souls. A force born before silenced itself had learned to speak. But contact with this goddess demands preparation. Those who call her name must be ready for what follows. For Hecate does not appear to comfort you, but to reveal you. She brings your shadows to the surface. She drags your worst self into the light, forcing you to confront what you fear, what you deny, what you hide. She saves you only by making you face your own darkness, the hardest war you will ever fight. And if one night you hear the whisper of her serpent, or the distant ringing of keys in a place where no wind moves, know that she is near. Do not expect gentleness. The soul does not meet Hecate as one meets a friend, but as one meets a truth long avoided. Her arrival is a trembling in the bones, a coldness behind the heart, yet fear will rise. For every great revelation begins with the shadow that guards it. And no traveler stands at the crossroads of the worlds without feeling the weight of their own unlit depths. But understand this. The fear she brings is not a curse. It is the first lantern on the path of transformation. It is the shaking that awakens the sleeper, the darkness that teaches the eyes to see, the storm that forces the seed to break so that the root may find its way. Hecate does not come to frighten you. She comes so that you may discover the courage that has always lived beneath your trembling. And when her dogs walk beside you, when her serpents whisper your forgotten name, when her keys unlock the doors you were afraid to touch, then you will understand. Fear is not the end of the journey. It is the threshold, and it is precisely by passing through it that the soul learns it was never walking alone. If you enjoyed this, there is much more waiting for you. Keep exploring. Watch the other videos on our channel.